in? Okay, Goose, you tapped in too? All right, Chicago, y'all tapped in? All right, boys, let's crack 'em. Feel like Mike in the fourth with the ball in my hands and I'm taking a shot. I'm the king in the madhouse on Madison, whether I make it or not. Now the crowd going crazy, they watching the play and I'm watching the clock. Got my shot in the air and the buzzer go off and I'm watching it drop. This team did things, MJ shot City 6 rings. D-Rose too big, too fast, too strong, history. And we good on that, put Jilla on the track and we good on wax. 3, 2, 1, everybody say Bulls on tap, Bulls on tap. Our city pretty and gritty. Benny the bull in the crowd getting hyper and litty. Me, I'm so drippy, it's slippery, nothing offends me. Banners on banners, we winners. We got the stats in the news. Go and subscribe, hang out with Buzzy and Goose. Tapping with us, we the truth. Jilla just murdered the booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Bulls on Tap. I'm your boy Buzz. I'm joined by my dude Goose, aka Bulls Scripted, and we're here to recap a hell of a game, a heavyweight boxing matchup at Madison Square Garden tonight. The Bulls win 119-115. Before we get into this, be sure you're going to ontapsportsnet.com for all your Chicago sports, literature, and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at BullsOnTap, at OnTapSportsNet, following Goose at Bulls Scripted, me at Buzz on Tap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us. 5-star rating and review because that's cool and tough. Go to vividseats.com. If you spend over $100 at vividseats.com and use promo code ONTAP, you'll get $10 off of your order. That's me and Goose getting you a free beer because we're good guys like that. So vividseats.com, over $100, use promo code ONTAP, get $10 off. Also, if you are in the live stream on Twitter, fuck that. Come over to the YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hop in this comment section. Let's have fun. Let's break this one down. The Bulls beat the Knicks. Barely.
That might be my favorite sentence, though. Leave the barely out. The Bulls beat the Knicks might be my favorite sentence.
Bro, I know you had to work because they started damn East Coast times, even though you know I love them. But I know you hate them. But I love Brandon Stokes in here just reiterating what Goose said here. Fuck the Knicks. Everybody's getting nervous during this one. But, man, I know you missed the first half because you were at work. Dude, I was talking shit. Like, I'm usually really reserved, but I hate the Knicks. So I'm like sitting there, I'm talking smack. I'm like, I got my Lonzo jersey on. I'm feeling all great about myself. I'm like, look, man, we got a 20-point lead. We're going to the half with an 18-point lead. Like, bitch, you can't touch us. You don't, what? Kemba's gone? You don't have Kemba. RJ Barrett's not playing. Who's going to guard Zach? Nerlens Noel? Oh, okay. Fucking Nerlens Noel. I don't know. Okay. I'm ready to come out and fucking party. And then the second half happened. And we're going to get into that, but I want to tell you some things about the first half first.
Yeah, tell me and everybody else about the first half because I just pretty much get to box score watch at work.
Right.
And obviously I'm gearing up to leave at work. It's 69-51 at half. I'm like, all right, I guess I missed a good first half. I'm going to go home. The Bulls are going to, lull this one to sleep. This one's going to be a sleeper from here on out. Get to the car, and that was not the case. So I'll let you carry the first half here, and then we'll get into the excitement that at least ended the right way.
Okay, so the first half, ball movement, excellent. DeMar and Zach bringing the ball up the court, excellent. Having Vooch come up in the high post, getting in, coming up to the top of the key, setting screens, pick and rolls, pick pops. Excellent. Vooch scores 13 points in the first quarter. First time this year he has scored double digits in a quarter, or in the first quarter. I think it was. It was one of those two.
Probably both.
Yeah, probably both. He looked amazing. Looked absolutely amazing. He's hitting his shots. He looked confident. It was good. Defense was being played. New York couldn't get anything going. They only hit 2 3-pointers in the first half. Berkland and I did a Twitter Spaces at the halftime, and Burke and I were like, well, they're going to catch fire from 3. They chuck up a lot of threes over there in New York. They're going to catch on eventually here. And it did happen in the second half, as we saw. But first half, ball movement, everything was going good until Mitchell Robinson came back in in like the last 2-3 minutes there of the second quarter. And the Knicks started playing full court press, man. They were on the Bulls' ass. As soon as the Bulls were inbounding the ball. Bulls started getting sloppy. Bulls started turning the ball over. they were able to maintain that big lead they already had.
When you see that shit, though, doesn't that make you wonder, like, why don't teams do this from the beginning of the game? I get, like, that
it's an energy burner.
48 minutes, that, like, you can't do that. But why is there not teams out there that start the game like that? Like, get yourself a crazy-ass lead. Get after them. And then pull back once you got the lead.
Yeah, I can't really speak on why they don't do it a lot. I would think it's a lot of energy based, and plus you can get through that. Judging the lineup that is in a lot, you'll see full court press be able to get beat. Full court defense can be beat. You put some speedsters in there, everybody's coming up and playing on you. You kick that ball to somebody, and then you're in transition. It's basically a transition play. You're on a fast break. You got everybody's up. You get somebody to slip behind them. You can get easy 2 points at the rim. That's how I played it when I was playing basketball in school. I mean, Juice would tell you the same thing. If you get full court, someone's got to break. Someone's got to try to make something happen here. But, yeah, they came up. They started playing up on them, and it just got a little fucking intense. It was a typical Tom Thibodeau. Like I said, Berkle and I were kind of shitting on Thibodeau, and we were flying high at the halftime show. But we were really –
got tossed? What happened with Taj?
Taj got fucking pissed, man. Yeah, our boy Sean put this in here. So Taj set 2 illegal screens in a row. And he got called for both of them. The last one, Caruso did a pretty good acting job. I wouldn't say it was acting. I think there was a little move, but it was a pretty solid screen set by Taj. But Taj's ass came out a little bit. Caruso fell over the ass, and Taj got called for a foul. Taj went berserk and basically almost pulled a Joakim Noah in Sacramento, as our friend Joe Colley alluded to, except Taj didn't point at everybody and be like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. He didn't do that. He did not do that. But it was he got ejected right away, and I was like so stoked, right? Because that's size off of their bench. So I'm like,
that's energy, size,
right? And I love Taj. I know he's not the Taj that he used to be. He's up there in age. If it wasn't for Tibbs, he probably wouldn't be in the league right now. But hey, I still love Taj, and he got kicked out, so I was happy to see him go because I want to deal with him and Derrick Rose on the court at the same time. Plus, I get all these weird flashbacks. I cry a lot when I see them.
I get a lot of mixed feelings. Like I see Derrick Rose, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm like, not right now.
Yeah, I feel like every time I see him, it like trips me out. I'm like, God damn it, man! Like, God damn it, I still love you. It's like that weird ex that you might have. That
it's like if you took your wife out to eat at a restaurant where you knew your ex was going to be your waitress. That's kind of how it feels.
Right.
And it's like, you're there, but I can't look. And I know you, but I don't know you. And don't say anything to me because it'll just hurt. Okay.
Right. Absolutely. You got to try to move on. And unfortunately, how many years are we now from Derrick? Like 8, 9?
Yeah, we're getting close to a decade.
Yeah,
so crazy to say.
Well, we're 2021. He was here in 2011. So yeah, it's like 7 or 8 years he's been gone. Maybe 6 or 7 years, somewhere in there. But anyway, regardless, I still have those feelings, and it still hurts my body every time I look at him. I get sad. I get very, very sad. But yeah, so the first half kind of ended. Bulls have the lead here. Vooch looked real good. Zach looked real good. DeMar kind of started off a little slow tonight, but then he ended up putting his shit together and making it happen. Now we get into this. What was that?
DeMar amazes me.
Oh yeah, no, he's
ashamed that part of me in the offseason was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about that. Well, might have overpaid. I don't know.
There's a guy that's even more famous than you who said that shit, and he had a front row seat to that tonight. Stephen A. Smith got to see his Knicks make a great comeback in their New York story. New Yorkers don't give up. Yeah, what happened, Stephen A? You'll never see this because I'm a fucking loser nobody, but boom, we got you. I was so happy that he got to see his Knicks lose to the superior city and team of Chicago. I was really happy to see that. So don't feel bad, man. A lot of people doubted him, and a guy that gets paid millions of dollars a year doubted him. We do this for free beer. No, I was kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, I guess maybe I just didn't watch him consistently enough the last few years in San Antonio, and knew he was a killer in Toronto. Obviously, we dealt with them consistently, so we've seen plenty of DeMar in the past, but I just did not know that he had what we've seen to start this year. And I guess most people would be in the same boat with me that they didn't think DeMar DeRozan was going to be an MVP candidate, to start the season, because that's what he's legitimately been. The way that he's closed out games and the composure and the consistency that he's had to start this season has blown my mind. And I never thought that I would enjoy the mid-range game as much as I am. It's fucking fun to watch.
It is. I didn't mean Joey Rakota coming in the chat. Grizzly beat OKC 152-79. Okay, at least we not that bad. The Knicks might be that bad, but regardless, hey, if anybody's in this chat that can throw out the news, did the Bucks win tonight? Because if the Bucks did not win and the Bulls did, we have sole possession of second place. So if someone could check that, that'd be awesome. But yeah, so DeMar DeRozan in the second half and in the fourth quarter.
Standings watching.
Holy shit. DeMar DeRozan had eight of the first, 12 points in the fourth quarter, was just absolutely keeping us in the game. Dude, I mean, it's crazy of what you got tonight out of your big three. And
almost 30 apiece.
Well, yeah, 34 for DeRozan on 12 of 19. He did not attempt a three-pointer tonight, went 10 for 11 from the free throw line. I love to see taking advantage of the free throws. The Bulls only missed one free throw as a team tonight. That is my favorite fucking stat. And the Bucks lost. Thank you, Stokes. Thank you, Rakota. Thank you, Burke. Bulls, second place, sole possession of it, and they're going to go play number one on Saturday. We'll get into that in a minute. But fuck yes, Milwaukee blows. Hate Milwaukee. Anyway, DeRozan, 34 points. 10 of 18 for Vooch tonight, 27 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block. Zach LaVine, 9 for 18, 3 for 6 from downtown. Vooch went 5 for 9 from downtown, 6 for 6 for the free throws for Zach, 27 points, 7 boards, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block for Zach, but 3 turnovers. That's all right. You got to live with it sometimes. Needless to say,
I never thought I'd look in a box score and see 3 players with those kind of numbers on the same night. And we needed it because your Schurzy ball boy there was having trouble with that corner 3.
You watch your damn mouth. You better calm down and stop laughing like that. I never buy jerseys. I told you this, and I saw this, and I got the percentage off when we were there. And I was like, oh, my God, I need to get this. And I got it. I felt good about it. I washed it so it fits a little bit better.
Washed it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. I typically look dirty. I do wash my clothes. But, I mean, dude, if you look at the box score up and down with the big 3, if Zoe had a typical Zoe game, it's a fucking blowout.
Well, yeah, the Knicks wouldn't have come back from a 21-point deficit.
Yeah, he shot 20% from 3 tonight. He went 2 for 10, and I give him credit where credit's due. He tried pulling that trigger. He tried setting himself. He tried to fucking just shooting it. It just wasn't falling. It was not Lonzo Ball's night, and he has not had many games like this. Was the first game I saw him really, besides the game he was held scoreless, but where he really struggled to get his fucking shot going. But he did some good things, man. He played some good defense. He had 3 blocks tonight. He had 6 assists, 5 boards, 8 points. He did some good things, but
no, that is the positive to Lonzo, that even on bad shooting nights, you're still going to get more than likely a positive game in totality from him. So
right,
it's a little odd, no, because they're wide open, like in the Bulls corner, right in front of the Bulls bench, and he just could not find it. So hopefully it
was pulling left, man. I mean, I was watching him like he was shooting it. I felt like the ball had a curve on it. Every time it got up in the air, I was like, man, it's pulling left. And it hit the same spot like 3 times out of 3 of his attempts. Hit the same fucking spot.
Whether he put it straight up, whether he gave it the hesitation dribble, whether, didn't matter. So tonight was not Lonzo's night, but the big 3 carried us through. Obviously, we haven't talked about it since our last show. Kobe's going to be out with COVID.
Yeah, we should touch on that. Yeah, he was diagnosed with COVID-19, which means that he'll be out for a minimum of 10 days. He needs 2 back-to-back tests that are negative to return to the lineup. I gotta say like one thing about this real quick, and I try not to do this on our show, but I'm fucking do it anyway because we're flying high, we're having a fun time anyway because the Bulls beat the Knicks. But for people to say like, thank God Kobe White's out of lineup due to COVID, what the fuck is the matter with people? That was all. I saw that multiple times on Bulls Twitter. Like, you're like happy. Like, listen, if Kobe lost his spot in the rotation because of poor play, that's cool. But, like, when someone gets COVID, like, you're all cheered, oh, thank God he got COVID so Io can get more minutes. What the fuck's the matter with you? So that's just my whole thing. Sorry about that little rant there.
Don't be that person.
Yeah, it's a dick. Be a dick.
I'm actually kind of sad to hear that was indeed a thing. What's even sadder is I don't even have to question it or doubt it without even seeing it because I know that it's valid. I mean, other than that, So no, I mean we're kind of back to not having bench scoring too much again, which is okay because we got a really nice defensive bench, and we're got the grit and grind going for us there. Javonte Green's defense on Julius Randle on a couple of those possessions was huge. Random ass little tidbit there.
No. I love that tidbit because I mean there was a lot of different. Javonte Green's getting a lot of run, and I like it. I mean, I do. I think that Javonte is a good player. I think that for his contract, he's outperforming it. I think you would agree with that. I know that numbers don't really show in it, but when he's playing with other talented players on the court, very talented players, top 10 in their positions, arguably top 5 in their positions, and how Zach and DeMar have been playing in the resurgence of Vooch. But Javonte's played really good, and I really like him there. It's just that undersized stuff is going to hurt, I think, eventually coming down the line. But I liked what I saw out of Javonte. Not a lot of mistakes for him. I do think the Bulls missed him a couple times tonight when they should have gotten him the ball. Zach was kind of doing some hero ball shit here and there that I did not like. He had a look in the third quarter, Javonte, when the Knicks were going on their run, and Zach tried forcing the issue at the paint. You had Javonte stand, wide the fuck open, wide behind the 3-point line, like wide open. Like, dude, you could drive a truck through there, throw him the ball, let him take a three. Just because he hits it at a decent clip. He don't take a ton of them, but he hits it at a decent clip, like 39%.
And when it's the kind of shot that you're setting up here, he's wide open. Like there's nobody near him. It's a open gym jumper kind of thing.
Exactly. I agree with you, but that's when you need to find him. One of the most things that's an interesting tidbit that I really liked tonight was the fact that DJJ got some backup C minutes, and I like that. I like that a lot. I still personally want to see DJJ get a little bit more run because I feel like he's he's so versatile. I feel like he can guard. Honestly, he can guard a point guard. He can guard a fucking. Sometimes, like tonight, he was guarding a center for a little bit.
Call on Mitchell Robinson was definitely a block as well. That was not a foul.
Right.
So he's not really outmatched at that 5 spot unless you obviously throw somebody like Embiid or Jokic. But there's not even guys that are the proper size that can handle them. So that's not.
That's not a knock.
Deal.
Yeah.
So no, I have to agree with you there just because I feel like the nights where it's the foul trouble that's keeping them out of the game, there's not really much Billy can do about that. That's on DJJ playing a little more clean or the refs not being so ticky-tacky when it comes to him. But no, he definitely should get more burn. We don't really have a backup big. He's it. You're either going all small or you're going DJJ at the 5. So
were you surprised not to see Tony Bradley at all tonight when they were starting to get shit going at the rim and Randall was fucking him up? I'm not gonna lie to you, I was a little surprised. I thought that he did well in quite a few games when Vooch was gone, and I was pretty surprised not to see him when Julius Randle started living in the paint there for a little bit. I don't know if you were surprised by that or you just thought the Bulls were trying to stay versatile. I'm not sure, but I was kind of shocked.
I guess I'm not. Just because of how lost he looks on the offensive end and the defensive end at times. Like, he gives you a lot of heart and hustle. He's got the size. He just really doesn't have the skill or the IQ. It's one of those where it's like, ooh, you get 1 or 2 games and you're like, all right, this guy's got this. He could be a rotational piece. And then you get a couple more and you're just like, maybe he's not an NBA player. So, that was like, it's harsh truth. With the Knicks' size, I am a little surprised, but the Bulls have gotten so comfortable in this small ball, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of teams that can match up with it. So I think they're just kind of riding it. I don't know why the team that goes small wins out. You think the team that could be bigger would just stay bigger and say, fuck you. But it doesn't work like that. Like, you have to go small, and it's bizarre to watch it play out because it just goes against the traditional game of basketball that we know, where you need this big monster in the middle to control the game. But you really don't need that anymore, especially when you have somebody 6'8" like DJJ that can jump higher than somebody 7'2". He's still going to beat him to the mountaintop. So it's a really tough thing. And if you asked me, I'd go with DJJ over Tony Bradley. I don't care if it's Mitchell Robinson on the other side of the floor.
You're just lighting up so many inches there because DJJ is what? Isn't he 6'6"? 6'6",
6'7", maybe 6'8".
Yeah, he's 6. Yeah, he's at 6'6" on at least on ESPN. You know how different it is everywhere. But I understand what you're saying, and I just thought that maybe when Randall was was banging down there. You get a bigger body that can kind of hold his own. Didn't see that tonight. We'll run over some team stats real quick here in this game. The Bulls 44 for 89 for 49%. The Knicks shot 44% in the first half. They actually end at 51% for the game. They hit 2 3-pointers in the first half. They ended up with 9 on the games with 7 in the second half. The Bulls went 11 for 29 for 37%. The Knicks shot 34% from 3. As I told you earlier, the Bulls only missed 1 free throw tonight, 20 for 21. The Knicks went 22 for 27. Rebounding dead even, 39 to 39. Bulls had the advantage in assists, 24 to 19. Steals, dead even at 10. Blocks, dead even at 8. Bulls had 15 turnovers. The Knicks had 18 turnovers. Points in the paint, Knicks had 66. The Bulls had 42. So that was the team stats for this game. Pretty dead even across the board in some spots, except points in the paint. You know, the Knicks fucked them up is why I kind of mentioned Tony Bradley, but I want to talk a little bit about the fourth quarter. DeMar DeRozan, big moment. Kind of thought this was going to be like the moment that Zach LaVine was going to make some shit happen. And once again, it's DeMar DeRozan hitting clutch shots. I mean, this guy played 38 minutes tonight, and if he doesn't have the fourth quarter that he had, the Bulls lose this game.
He leads the league in fourth quarter points for a reason.
It's amazing.
It really is, because for Zach, it's been kind of his knock the last few years, despite being the guy, is late game decision making, late game execution, ability to close a game for you by himself, and he hasn't been able to. And obviously, DeMar has Zach and Vooch and Lonzo, and he has a whole cast around him. But when it's time to get that settle down shot, you're not going to Zach. You're going to DeMar. And I think that's because as where DeMar gets to his spot, Zach's spot is anywhere and everywhere. Zach's just a tough shot maker. Like, there's not a shot that Zach's scared of. But I don't know if Zach has a shot that it's like, this is my go-to. This is my get a bucket shot. Like, 99 out of 100 times I'm going to hit that. And for DeMar, that's like every mid-range spot on the floor. So you need that shot. He gets the switch he wants. He works his dude to where he wants him, and he puts it in. And it's almost fucking poetic to watch. It's scary because I'm still not used to being okay with mid-range. I'm used to no. And hey.
Hey, this isn't a fucking analytics show. This is a hooping show. And if obviously throughout the year, okay, the fucking mid-range game has won the Chicago Bulls more than it's lost them, and that's a big thing.
Championship last year too.
Well, yeah, that's a very good point. When you're hooping and you're doing it right, and you have enough players around each other that could gel together and know how to play with each other, know how to play each other's games. That's what wins games. And these guys know that DeMar DeRozan in the fourth quarter, like you said, he's gonna get his matchup. He's gonna dribble. He's gonna use his strength to back you down into the paint, or just he's going to ISO ball you and walk you down, try to take the ball from him so he can break, or you have to force a double team so somebody else can cut or someone else will be open. And he's just going to get you to where he wants you, and then he's going to shoot a fucking mid-range bomb in your face, and you're just going to take it. It's almost like baseball because, like you said, he's got Vooch, he's got Ball, he's got Zach. It's like he's got the protection around him in the lineup. He's got that protection there, and it's really cool to watch. It's cool to watch.
Protection where they almost have to play him honest, or they're giving up a 3 instead of a 2. I used to smoke section.
Fucking Joey Ricotta on here. Joey Ricotta, you son of a bitch, making us laugh during our podcast. What are you doing out here? You smoke that good mid, boy. Yeah, no, it is. It's very awesome to watch, man. It's a new perspective, which is an old perspective of basketball. Basketball used to be a lot of mid-range game. Wasn't a bunch of bombs being thrown up there like that. And now in Chicago, it is. It's the mid-range game is back, and it's pretty sweet.
And it's almost like it never left because it's the only thing that's ever won us championships. So
yeah, no shit.
I'm still not going to make that comparison. We're not going to say those words in the same sentence. But just the fact that is the name of the game in Chicago again.
Pretty cool.
It's really fun. Like I said earlier, I'm embarrassed that I was opposed.
I said Jerry and Grant was going to be a good point guard.
You know?
Okay. So don't feel bad. We all make mistakes. You know, we all say things that
But
that are
dude,
wrong.
this good? Like, oof.
I'm going to tell you now that I think that DeMar DeRozan is going to be good for a long time to come.
Does he make an all-star team in the East this year?
He's going to make it this year, absolutely. But I mean, I will just try to make you feel a tad bit better because you're my little brother, and I don't want you to be so down on yourself. It's the first year of a 3-year, 4-year contract. I mean, you don't need to freak out yet.
It's 3 years, and we are
years,
more worried about the $25+ million in the third year than we were the first year. The first year made sense. You know, it was always like Thad, poor fucking Thad, man.
Oh, I know. I just wrote
in San Antonio, and we could use like a legitimate power forward, and we can't even trade for him.
Well, did you see the shit he said on the Alex Kennedy podcast today?
No.
It was fucking like his agent was like in talks with AK and Mark or whatever, the Bulls brass, and they told them Thad will be back next year. They guaranteed his contract, and Thad was saying, he's like, man, I'm about to like sign my lease. And then he got fucked. He got traded, and he didn't find out he got traded. He found out himself on social media, and he was, so I'm like, God damn, like that, I don't know. Would he want to come back? I'm sure he would, because the fans liked him here. Zach, I mean, Chicago's a great city, and, Zach is his, that's his.
I'm sure he gets it. And at first, I didn't get it until we saw the return that we got for Lowry to the Cavs. And Dame Lillard, I hope he gets healthy soon for all reasons, but for selfish reasons, because the Bulls have their lottery protected pick. And if they don't make, the playoffs or the play-in there, we're a little fuckarooskied. Which would kind of suck, because we just got the news that we only
lost the second-round pick. Yeah.
We could have 2 firsts this year, our own and Portland's. So...
That is fucking wild, ain't it?
Yeah, keep tampering. That's okay.
just keep doing it.
Just keep doing it. I mean, if you ain't cheating, you ain't
You're
trying.
not fucking tell me the Lakers, like, LeBron didn't call up fucking Russ and all that nonsense, or all the vet or Melo or anything.
They literally had a thing saying that Russ, AD, and LeBron were sitting in LeBron's house before he got traded, and we're like, let's do this. Like... But that's okay, because they're players. So there was no front office people involved. Players can hang out. They can do what they want. They can talk. They're just having drinks at LeBron's house, and decided that this is going to happen, and then it happened. That's not tampering. Agents and GMs colluding to get a player somewhere before they're supposed to be talking, however, is.
Right. That we have a comment here. Fave moment tonight. Caruso's kleptomania has been amazing tonight. That was Clyde Frazier on the Knicks broadcast. Okay, I dig it. And we got Tim H telling him he respects you, Goose, for your transparency of being wrong. Like I said, I've been wrong a million times. Jerry and Grant thought he'd be good. I mean, what else did I say? I thought that Lauri Markkanen would be a fucking all-star. Look at me. Like did I buy into that little rebuild that they did with Chris Dunn, Zach LaVine, and Lowry? Yes, I did. I thought it was, I still would do it. I still do it now, because I've ended up with a really fun product. And it led to the firing of Garden Pax, too.
You don't necessarily do this show to be right. Obviously, everybody likes to be fucking right.
Yeah, if I was right all the time, I'd be a fucking millionaire. I'm like, what I'm saying? Like, or a billionaire or something. I would have made the metaverse. Is that what it's called? The metaverse? I don't know what it's called. I'm not going to know how to work that either. Have you ever heard of LinkedIn?
Yeah, I know it's something for jobs and that, but I'm not on there.
Neither am I. Everybody's like,
why do I need to be on LinkedIn? Apparently, we're not LinkedIn.
I too have a job, and I too
not
have a
LinkedIn.
job. No, not on LinkedIn though. I didn't know what that was.
I'm just,
Jesus. We're going off the fucking rails. We're getting a fucking Saturday's matchup here. Thank you, DeMar, for helping us win that game. Zach had a couple good moments there too in the fourth.
Oh God, please say something nicer than that. That cannot be the narrative that starts. Thank you, Zach. You did some nice shit. DeMar, I love you.
I love Zach. Oh, we got Brad Mason in the chat. Bring back All-Star Denzel. He's not wrong. I never. Wait a minute. We're sitting here talking with everybody. I never liked Denzel Valentine, not as a person. I mean, he might be a fine person, but as a basketball player, he's fucking trash. And I didn't think it was possible for him to be worse than anything at basketball, but it's actually rapping. So I don't really, that was mean. I'm ignorant. I'm sorry. That's his art, and he should be proud of what he does. I feel bad now. I feel bad.
I mean, but at the same time, are you not like?
I'm laughing. I'm laughing.
An asshole. Like, you already make millions of dollars as a professional athlete. If you're not good at making music, don't force that on people. Like, just don't. Like, there's no need to. You're already good at this, or like kind of good at this, good enough at this to make
the NBA
wealth that I'll never see. So why try to make shitty music?
Yeah, I don't know what his problem is, but I love the fact that he's in Cleveland. I love that so much that him and Lowry Markkinen are in Cleveland. But they're not even on my radar. So I don't really.
They might have to be. They haven't been playing that bad this year.
No, they're not playing bad, but they're not on my fucking radar. I mean, I'm looking past the play-in. I'm looking at
fucking 2 seed. Where are they?
They're the 6 seed.
Let me look down there.
They're the 6 seed.
Yeah,
which
there's still a lot of playing territory as of right now.
Yeah, but I mean that's just because the fucking Hornets went on a 3-game losing streak again, and we just beat the Knicks again, and so it's going to fluctuate.
We're doing the Cavs favors by beating the Hornets and the Knicks, and
right?
That's why they're in 6th place. Okay, that makes sense.
Right, absolutely. But again, you said we're 2 seed. We mentioned that at the beginning of the show. We are going to be playing the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, the 15-6. Brooklyn Nets will be going up against the 15-8 Chicago Bulls. This is going to be in Brooklyn. They moved the start time from 6:30 to 7 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Means I get an extra quarter.
Well, it means
big shit.
Yeah.
Big shit.
Yeah, it's big. That's big time. See, that just puts me to bed later, and I got to be up at 5 in the morning for the fucking Bears game the next morning.
Brooklyn at.
But we're gonna kick their ass. No, James Harden's been playing real well.
No, our first matchup with them, I feel like we should have won. So
we did win.
Really excited. We did?
Yeah, we beat Brooklyn.
Oh shit!
Are you telling me we didn't beat Brooklyn? I mean, I know that I drank a little bit, but I'm we beat Brooklyn 118-95. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, we beat them.
Yeah, we had the.
I think you're thinking the Knicks lost at home. I think.
Yes, no, I am. But, I'm still choking on that New York loss.
Yeah, KD and James Harden right now are playing real good basketball, and it's always a challenge when you go up against those two guys. Blake Griffin's completely fallen out of the rotation, which is
for Aldridge.
Yeah, well, dude, Aldridge is playing real well. So I mean, there's a lot riding on this game, not because of oh my God, it's the season or anything, but it's a powerhouse move here. This is a powerhouse game. These are the 2 top teams in the Eastern Conference going at it Saturday night, 7 o'clock. It's big game feel. So I'm excited for this. The Bulls just need to find a way to contain, which is going to be really hard, Kevin Durant. If I am Billy Donovan in this game, I am moving Alex Caruso to the starting lineup in this game. Yes. Him and Zoe have the best defensive numbers out of any fucking duo, I feel like, in the NBA.
I was expecting you to say Derrick Jones Jr. to the 4.
No. I want Alex Caruso in there. You move Javonte to the bench. Stagger your starters. Billy's been doing a really good job with that. Do that and ride. That is what I want. I want our best defensive unit, numbers-wise and eye test-wise, in this game to start, because, again, it's a big game feel. That's what I want to see, and hopefully Bulls can get a win in Brooklyn.
So who does that put KD, though? Does that leave that to DeMar? Or are you going to trust Lonzo or Caruso to be on KD?
I put Lonzo on KD. I mean, you can't stop KD. You can only contain him. Or, if they start Javonte, you can try Javonte on him again, but KD was eaten when Javonte was on him, and Harden wasn't playing well. So, I mean, if you put Lonzo
Harden was kicking the ball towards our hoop for us.
Well, right. If you put Lonzo on KD, at least Lonzo has a little bit of length there. And if you put Caruso on Harden, he's going to fluster him. And Harden's not getting the calls that he was getting this year. And that's the kind of defense that fucking Caruso plays. That stick-to-lead defense that got Harden all those calls.
Caruso end up with tonight?
How many steals did he end up with? I think he had 4. Or not 4. I'm sorry, 3. Let me see here. I pull the box score back up. It was 2. It was 4. Oh, I was right. 4. He had 4 turnovers too. But yeah, so
Goose egg evens out.
Yeah, it evens out. So Yeah, that's all I got, man. I mean, just come out, try to take care of business against the Nets. It'll be a big game feel again. It'll be a nice game. Oh, and you know what? Yes, I'd be remiss to mention this. Sean, thank you for bringing it up in our chat. Troy Brown Jr. had a couple good moments tonight. Looks like he's worked on his jump shot. I mentioned that in the halftime Twitter Spaces. It was nice to see him break into the lineup. Goose, I don't know if you got to experience any TBJ in tonight because you were at work. Yeah, he had a couple good moments there in the first half, and he actually hit a real nice three. I wouldn't mind seeing him get, he's got some size. I wouldn't mind seeing him, getting a defensive assignment as well on Saturday. Just keep the guys that are hustle defenders on KD and Harden, and we have multiple of them, and just fluster them all night and try to get this fucking win. So that's where I'm at. Anything, you got anything else, man?
No, not really. Just a little excited that game's at 7 now. Whole extra quarter.
I'm very happy that you get the extra quarter. I'm very happy for you. I am a sucker for the 6 to 6:30 starts. I absolutely love those. But I know for you, I'm happy for you that it starts at 7 o'clock. Everybody, we'll be back Saturday nights when the Bulls take on the Brooklyn Nets in Brooklyn. Again, that's a 7 p.m. start, and Goose is very happy about that. Be sure to go to ontapsportsnet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at BullsOnTap, at OnTapSportsNet. Following Goose at BullsScripted, me at BuzzOnTap. 5-star rating and review anywhere you listen to podcasts because you can listen to us there. VividSeats.com. If you spend over $100 and use promo code OnTap, you get $10 off. That's a free beer from Goose and I to you. Also, if you listen to us live, go to the YouTube, subscribe over there, jump in the comments section. We're always having a good time. We'll be back Saturday after the Bulls take on the Nets. Let's go, Bulls.